African-American couples, playful Christmas vibe. The aroma of fresh gingerbread filled the air as the kitchen hummed with holiday cheer. A couple stood at the counter, completely immersed in their playful antics. The woman, with her bouncy natural curls and radiant smile, was in the midst of rolling out cookie dough, but the task had long since shifted into a playful competition. Her laughter echoed through the kitchen, soft and full of joy, as she glanced over at her husband. He stood across from her, muscular arms dusted with flour, and a mischievous grin tugged at the corners of his mouth. They had started the evening with the simple intention of baking cookies together, something sweet and festive to enjoy. As Christmas music played softly in the background, the kitchen, adorned with twinkling lights and garlands, looked like it was straight out of a holiday card. But what began as a quiet, cozy night had quickly transformed into a joyful mess, with flour flying through the air like freshly fallen snow. The woman made the first move, flicking a bit of flour in her husband's direction. He looked at her with mock surprise, pretending to be deeply offended by the playful assault. Without a word, he grabbed a handful of flour and tossed it back at her, the white powder catching the soft, colorful glow of the Christmas lights strung above them. The kitchen lit up with their laughter, bright and unrestrained. She retaliated by grabbing a chunk of cookie dough, her eyes gleaming with mischief. Before he had time to react, she tossed it at him, hitting him squarely on the shoulder. "Oh, so that's how we're playing?" he teased, wiping dough from his shirt as he grabbed another handful of flour. The food fight was on. Their giggles filled the room as they continued tossing flour and cookie dough at each other, neither one willing to admit defeat. It wasn't long before both of them were covered from head to toe, their dark skin dusted with a fine layer of white powder, like statues come to life from a winter wonderland. The kitchen counter, once a place of careful baking, was now a battlefield of flour, cookie dough, and scattered baking utensils. Amidst the chaos, they found themselves wrapped in Christmas lights, the colorful bulbs blinking in rhythm with their laughter. The lights had been meant for the tree, but in the midst of their tussle, they'd somehow become part of the fun, draping around their bodies in a festive tangle. She leaned into him, still chuckling as she untangled herself from the lights, and he responded by wrapping his arms around her waist, pulling her close. They stood there for a moment, still grinning, surrounded by the mess they'd created, but they didn't care. The flour and cookie dough could wait. What mattered was this moment, this shared joy, this laughter, this love that filled the room with warmth, brighter than the twinkling lights around them. Their holiday kitchen may have been a mess, but it was a beautiful mess, one filled with love, laughter, and the playful spirit of Christmas. And as they leaned into each other, still smiling, they knew that this moment would be one of the many memories they'd cherish for years to come.